Hey kids, this is Aaron from the podcast That Wouldn't Die, and Kevin and I use Zencastr. You think you're better than us, that you're using something else? You're wrong. Zencastr's the place to be. Who are you to deny it?
It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencastr. Log in using your browser and start recording a high-quality podcast right away. Record studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Go to zencastr.com/pricing and use our code DIEHARD and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. We want you to have the same experiences we do for all our podcasting and content needs. It's time for you to share your story.
Only a fool will give up a chance for a 30% discount.
It's a meteor shower.
This new one you're tracking, how big?
It's what we call a global killer. Nothing would survive, not even bacteria.
The United States government just asked us to save the world. Anybody want to say no?
You think we'll get hazard pay out of this?
Welcome to the latest episode of the podcast That Wouldn't Die. I'm your host, Kevin. With me, as always, is Aaron.
Boom!
This week, we're discussing the science fiction action classic, Armageddon, starring Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck, Steve Buscemi. You got Liv Tyler, Billy Bob Thornton. The list goes on and on. And Owen Wilson is in this. It is crazy.
Random.
It is crazy. It's a Michael Bay directed debacle, to say the least.
It's everything you imagine it was.
And yet I love it so. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Love it. Aaron is speechless.
I really like that Aerosmith song.
I don't want to close my eyes. That one?
But it's always with his daughter in the picture. It's all very upsetting and creepy.
It is. It's a thing.
Remember when she was doing all the videos
Yes.
for his albums? I'm like,
It was her and Alicia
I know you
Silverstone.
weren't there when she was little, but you do know that's your daughter, right?
That's your daughter, bro. Get it together.
I mean, you're old enough to be her great-great-great-grandfather, but
100%. I mean, Todd Rundgren had the courtesy to not have her in his music videos, for God's sake. That's what a real father does.
boom.
Anyway, each week on the podcast, we discuss guilty pleasures and forgotten classics of the horror and sci-fi genres with a comedic twist. Aaron, what's the latest with you?
I'm obsessed with Little Punchy the monkey in the Japanese zoo.
I don't know what the
I'm
fuck you're
sorry.
talking
Do you
about.
not even go on TikTok? There is this tiny little monkey that was abandoned by his mother, and they were introducing him to another group of monkeys. These are like macaques. And he has this stuffed IKEA orangutan that he takes with him, and he curls up and cries. And he just drags it with him wherever, because the other monkeys hadn't accepted him yet. So all he does is cling to the zookeepers. He's so tiny. And then they just have hundreds of pictures of him trying to sleep on this little stuffed IKEA orangutan. And
Jesus
he just
Christ.
drags it by its arm. He kisses it on its lips, and he just takes it with him all through this giant enclosure. He's the number one media sensation. Everybody's like, I'm getting on the plane. I'm going to Japan. I'm taking back this monkey, and I'm going to fight all the monkeys that are bad to Little Punch.
His name is Punchy?
His name is Punch, or they call him Punchy. And whenever the zookeepers come in, he runs to them and clings to their legs. It's
Because
the
they're nice to
saddest thing. Because they've raised him since he was like a tiny baby, and now he's with the big monkeys.
So why
And
did the mom
this
abandon
week,
it? Do we know the answer to that? Monkeys
they're
doing
fucking
monkey
animals. Dude, I see that at 8 o'clock watching the news. I see that happening with the human race all the time.
Shit,
So
yes.
it doesn't surprise me that it happens sometimes with monkeys.
When you were talking about Punchy the monkey, I kept thinking of that movie Monkey Bone. Did you ever see this movie with Brendan Fraser?
We saw the Bone Daddy. Is that the same thing?
It might as well be. He's a cartoonist who conks his head, and his cartoon creation, Monkey Bone, who's a horny monkey, takes over his body, and hijinks are supposed to ensue, but they do not.
Brought
How
to
about
us
that?
by the people who brought us Porkies. All right, well, do me a favor. Go on
Please.
TikTok when we're done here and type in "Punch the Monkey."
We'll see if I remember.
It'll
How
break
about
your
that?
heart. It breaks your heart. It breaks your heart.
I bet it would.
But now little Punch has finally made a friend. Most of the time he tries to approach the other baby monkeys and the adults come in and start dragging him around. Like, get away from my baby. It's like a horror show. But now little Punch finally found a friend.
Oh, good. Who's the friend?
Another fucking macaque.
I guess I should have guessed the answer to that one. It wasn't a kindly hippo or something.
It was not the dwarf hippo also on the news. No. It's another fucking monkey in Japan. So
Fair. Is that what Primate's about, by the way? Punch the monkey, doing monkey shit?
I thought that was Shock the Monkey.
There were a lot of songs about monkeys in the 80s. You know, George Michael, Can't You Set Your Monkey Free? Always getting into it. Do you love the monkey or do you love me? No?
This is what TikTok has done to me. I do not want to see anything with monkeys because I feel like it's staged and it's all like sad and terrible, or they're gonna eat your lips. I either feel like they're so close to us and people are like have leashes around their necks and it's something terrible, or they're gonna kill me and just rip off my arm and beat me to death with my still twitching arm.
I'm not messing with those damn monkeys.
But watch Punch the Monkey. It'll make you cry.
Fair. I need a good cry. It's cathartic. Am I right?
There you go. Because your soul is dead.
It is. It needs a little punch.
Yeah, it needs a little punch. Get it beaten again.
That's right. It's a sad situation. Aaron, give us your 30-second synopsis of Armageddon.
You know, I've never seen this before. I am familiar with the song, which is pretty solid. Aerosmith is on my list of concerts I would like to go to.
I do like Aerosmith. And there were other hits in this movie. There's like Sweet Emotion at one point, and
yeah, it's a bunch of classics. I mean, let's just say Aerosmith's been dropping hits since I was in junior high.
Back in the 40s.
Back in the 40s, you son of a whore. So let me tell you a little something about Armageddon.
Please.
Meteorites, and then they have to get some driller dudes to fly to space and drill a hole and blow it up. The end.
That is
people
very
died.
succinct. people died.
People died. People cried. Not me. In either case.
Did you watch
I neither died nor cried.
Fair. It wasn't like the Punch the Monkey doing his monkey shit.
Dude, I'd like to punch Ben Affleck because that was some of the worst acting I saw.
We got a lot to say about
it. It was literally like, had he not ever acted before, or was this new to him? He was literally the worst actor in this. I mean, Liv Tyler is hired to be like a sweet little baby. She always looks so cute and precious. You want to protect her. So, and she does bang up for that.
100%.
But this motherfucker is trying to carry the load, all of this on his back, and he was not up to the challenge.
Okay, I got a lot to tell you. There's a lot of behind the scenes shit about this movie. They should make a documentary about this, by the way.
All I can tell you is what's in front of the scenes, and I was right to not watch this movie. Cheers.
Oh, see, I was thinking in your heart of hearts, you'd be like, you know what? Kind of like it. Not great, but a little bit of a guilty pleasure. Not so much.
Not even a guilty pleasure, because It's everything I hate. It's like
It's
literally
everything you hate, not just in
it's everything I
lives.
hate about these big blockbusters. And my guilty pleasure are the Keanu Reeves action films, the John Wicks.
100%.
I don't know why I love them. I cannot tell you why. But to me, this is no different than the racing ones. It's just they're horrible. They're just awful.
Spoiler alert.
And I remember when it was released. This is summer blockbusters. This is 4th of July release. Everybody's talking about it. God bless America. We don't even need to tell the rest of the countries this shit's blowing up because we got it handled.
We got to handle. We don't need anybody else's help.
All the shit I hate. It's Bruce Willis at his usual level 9. And I'll tell you, I only like Bruce Willis in Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
That's the only time he was actually acting.
I thought you were saying
the rest of the time is all I hate this fucking bravado. I don't like any of this. I like the song.
Did you notice he's blonde in this movie for no reason?
There's a lot of things for no reason. They didn't want you to confuse him with Yippee-ki-yay.
I guess not. It was the craziest shit. Oh God, no!
Was he supposed to be Red Adair? Is that who he's supposed to be? The guy who went out to the oil things to use explosives to put out those fires? Is that who he's supposed to be?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know who the that is.
Why am I not winning every trivia? Because I got all kinds of weird shit piled back up that I could just pop out. Now ask me the name of the movie in 10 minutes and I won't remember it, but I'll pull Red Adair out of my pocket.
Fair. Another thing that's interesting about this movie is that this is one of those twin movies where there was another movie made by another studio about a comet hitting the Earth. It was called Deep Impact.
Yeah.
And how they had to send astronauts up to deal with the shit. It's the craziest shit that Hollywood keeps doing this. It's happened 1,000
because they know what's in production, so they're like, we're gonna get it out there first.
It's so bizarre. I can rattle them. I mean, you got the Tombstone Wyatt Earp. Okay.
Yeah, Young Guns.
Young Guns was years earlier. It's not just any time. Then you got there was a volcano craze. So there was the movie Volcano and Dante's Peak, which came out back to back.
Ask me how many of those I saw.
I've seen them all. God damn it.
I have not seen any of them.
They had the White House is Under Attack movie, which was White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen.
I haven't seen either one of those. How about that?
Do you know what's funny is of all those movies, there's one of each that I go like, hey, this is pretty good. And the other, I'm like, I don't know. I don't even remember it.
Pirates of Penzance, the pirate movie.
And you'll be surprised which one I chose, if I'm being honest.
I know, it was shocking.
I saw this in the theaters. How about that?
I believe it.
Boom!
I believe it. I bet we were at Pismo Beach. Did you go see it then?
I'm sure I did. I bathed in the American
with half
flag.
The family. Yes. You wrapped yourself in the American flag. You got the American flag bucket of popcorn.
100%.
And the whole time you wept and said, God bless America.
God bless us.
I'm proud to be an American. Or at least I know I'm free.
I always tell people I hate that song. That song
I hate
is awful.
that song. It is.
I went to the Boy Scout Jamboree, and what's the hell's his name? Lee Greenwood. He sang that at the Boy Scout Jamboree. And even then I was like, God, this song sucks. Anyway.
And then they drummed you out of Scouts.
They did. I was out
just for thinking that. The thought police got you.
100%. Sweet Jesus. Okay, why don't we jump right in to the highlights, Aaron? Why don't you go first? Armageddon.
There's that great Aerosmith song. Oh, next top thing, Udo Kier.
Yes! That's what I'm saying. It's an all-star cast. Udo doing Udo shit. He was great.
Dude, He was playing it straight. He didn't have sex in anyone's stomach. It was amazing. You gotta F the spleen or whatever.
Oh God. R.I.P. By the way, I told you he's in the Best Picture nominated Brazilian feature, Secret Agent. He's in that. He's not like the star. He's like in one scene, but it's just bizarre.
What you're saying is he worked to the end. He was living out in Palm Springs.
He has a star on the Palm Springs Walk of Fame. Remember I showed that?
He's lived in Palm Springs for decades. That's the picture. I have a picture of him. It's a Polaroid from an artist out in the desert there. Yeah.
What the craziest thing of watching Udo, since we're going to talk about him for 20 minutes, is
I'd rather talk about Udo Kier than fucking Ben stiff as a board Affleck.
Udo Kier was like a handsome dude in like the 70s and
yeah.
the 80s. He just now looks, I mean, now he's dead, but like in his like, when I knew of him, frankly, before I was aware of his previous work, he just always looked scary and upsetting and kind of off kilter, if you will.
So with Frankenstein, yes. Flash for Frankenstein scarred you for life.
I guess so. There was a lot to say about this movie. Did you watch the video I sent to you on YouTube of Ben Affleck from the director's commentary from the DVD? Is Ben Affleck talking shit about this movie?
I did not.
It's freaking. I
forgot about it. I forgot you sent it to me and that I never watched it.
Because there's a whole. He literally is like, he went to Michael Bay, the director, and was just like, wouldn't it be easier to train astronauts to drill than the alternative? You stick a drill in the ground, point it down, and halfway there. Are you serious? It's easier to teach.
All my notes are like, why would drillers need all this fucking training? If the Earth is going to explode in 9 days, why are we going to take 7 training a bunch of alcoholics to fly into space? They don't even have to fly into space. You have astronauts flying them in.
Now, there's a hilarious scene, which in retrospect makes it's like ridiculous, because there's a scene where they go, here are the astronauts that are going to do the drilling. Here are the guys. And they're like, how long have they been training on drilling? 8 months. He's like, 8 whole months? It's like, well, compare that to 7 whole days, asshole.
Yeah, I mean, it's that bravado. It just fucking drives. It's irritating and grating.
Hey, drilling, it's not a science. It's more of an art. I've been doing it my whole life, and I don't have all the answers. It's like, then why the fuck are we choosing you? Is there somebody else we could call then? God damn it.
And Stephen Buscemi's character, he's a rapist or something? I mean, and it's all for laughs?
He's not statutory.
He's on Epstein's Island.
Okay, this is hilarious. So Steve Buscemi, he was like, they usually, the only roles they give me are these kind of weaselly, upsetting characters.
Yes.
So he's like, hey, I'm going to be in a big budget action movie where I get to be kind of a prominent geologist, where I'm like, kind of, a respected individual. And he's like, sure, I'll do that. The next day they handed him the papers and they rewrote it to make the character sleazy and change the character's name to Rockhound.
Pump the nuclear bomb. Yeah. He's got space fever, whatever bullshit.
Every line he has, it's like the helicopter's landing on the oil rig. And he's like, hey, I thought she told me she was 18. It's his first line. Right out of the gate.
Boom.
Right out of the gate. And then there's a scene where
it was a different time.
Where Liv Tyler she's fallen in love with Ben Affleck. And Bruce Willis is upset, because he's her father. And she's like, I've been around these roughnecks my entire life, and you're shocked that I fall in love with them. Hey, when I got my period for the first time, it was Rockhound who bought me tampons and showed me how to use them. And he's like, whoa, I didn't show her, I told her. Yes, statutory played for laughs is what you're asking me. Comedy.
Harvey Weinstein, when I told him about this, he and I smoked cigars and laughed all night.
Okay. So, a gigantic astronaut the size of Texas, it's flying through space. The asteroid is coming to crash into the Earth in 18 days. And the space program, who's led by Billy Bob Thornton, who I like Billy Bob oftentimes. He's doing Billy Bob shit. They have to figure out, how are we going to do this? And they bring in Lucius Malfoy from the Harry Potter movies. And he says, only thing that we can do is send fucking deep core, like oil rig drillers to land on this thing in space, drill down 800 feet, and then put a nuclear weapon inside. Because if you shoot all the nuclear weapons at it, it won't do anything. It won't do anything. You have to actually land on the shit and dig it and drop it in there. And therefore, they have to get the biggest, the most successful drillers in the world to help out. So that's the premise. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Jump in there.
It doesn't make any sense. It didn't fucking make any sense. Why couldn't you shoot 100 nuclear weapons at it? I mean, it was entering the atmosphere. So it didn't seem like it turned to powder. So there were already massive chunks flying in. It was all bullshit. It's all bullshit. You're better off. Was the other one where they had to move the trajectory to get it out of the space? I'm wondering if I actually...
I know it's Téa Leoni and Robert Duvall and Morgan Freeman's the president of the other movie. Right. And I think I saw it once.
Maybe I saw the end of that one.
It's possible.
Not this.
Well, what's funny is they're all very different. The vibes are different.
Right.
Like, this is obviously Michael Bay lunacy, right? Where that one's kind of a somber character piece, because if I remember, they actually don't succeed. Like, the thing actually hits, but it's not as big as Texas. It's like the size of Everest or something, which is still pretty goddamn big.
I saw that one.
Right.
Because the person they were saying goodbye to, the love entrance, wasn't coming back. I can't remember. It doesn't
matter. That's what
matter.
happened in this movie too.
Yeah. No, the love interest did come back.
But not Bruce Willis, right? Bruce,
not her
spoiler
daddy.
alert.
No, spoiler alert.
So no, if you like this movie, you like it because of the wacky characters, right?
They weren't that wacky. They weren't that wacky.
They were fun. I enjoyed it.
I mean, I liked the Russian guy because he was one of the nihilists. And he was also the heavy in Fargo. I mean, he can do no wrong. He's one of my favorite characters. I'm blanking on his name, but he is the chameleon.
Peter Stormare.
To me, yeah, he's in everything. The rest of these people are your usual Hollywood people thrown into the pot. Yeah.
I mean,
usually
fair.
I love a Buscemi. It wasn't a good Buscemi.
Oh, how could you say such a thing? He was hilarious.
Facts.
Michael Clark Duncan.
First of all, he was not hilarious.
Hilarious. That's all I'm saying.
You're a little high right now to think that. So you're out of your mind.
He was good. Michael Clark Duncan. As I said, Owen Wilson is in this doing crazy Owen
misplaced.
Wilson.
Yeah. So misplaced.
Very upsetting. They talk about, in behind the scenes, that Ben Affleck, he was cast in this movie based upon Good Will Hunting. He's a handsome guy. But Michael Bay...
I never saw.
God damn it. I keep forgetting who I'm talking to.
Although I will tell you,
Please.
When I was at trivia night the other night, there was a tie for third place. So the question was, what were the name of the 12 brothers?
The 12 brothers of what? Karamazov?
One of them, no, one of them was lying and was telling people he had 12 brothers.
And this is a movie reference? What are you talking about? I have no idea.
We were just talking about Good Will Hunting.
And he said some guy talked about having 12 brothers in Good Will Hunting. Maybe I haven't seen it lately. That was a crucial plot point. I don't remember that shit.
Apparently it was a crucial plot point, and that was the tiebreaker question at trivia night.
And
How
that's
so and you guess.
So you were able to secure third place with the correct answer of that. Is that what you're
Oh
saying?
no, we were out of the running.
What I was going to tell you is Ben Affleck was cast in this movie, but Michael Bay looked at him and said, he's got little baby teeth. This is not going to work if he's a big movie star. So they had to go. Don't let. I'm telling you a story. Don't interrupt me and start going back to some shit you found online. They spent 8 hours a day for a week and spent something like $60,000 to fix his teeth, to give him more heroic looking teeth, which he has to this day. Go ahead.
In Good Will Hunting, Matt Damon lies to Skyler, Minnie Driver, by claiming he has 12 older brothers to fabricate a normal working class Irish Catholic background.
Okay, I do recall.
So the question was, can you name all 12 brothers?
Absolutely not.
Marky, Ricky, Danny, Terry, Mikey, Davey, Timmy, Tommy, Joey, Robbie, Johnny, and Brian.
I do remember that. Okay, I do remember that.
Good, because I never saw it. So there you go. Sound like another movie I could care less about.
Sweet Jesus. Going back to the teeth. Ironically, Steve Buscemi told Michael Bay he was going to get his teeth fixed, and Michael Bay said, "Nope, you shouldn't do that. That's $1 million smile," and he never did.
Oh God, I wonder if you noticed this, but Buscemi's eyes are not as bulgy.
I did not notice that. Why do you say
His eyes
that?
have gotten less bulgy because finally someone talked to him about that's a thyroid disorder.
Lovely.
Fun facts. So if you look at him now, you will notice he's also a little fatter. So his eyeballs ain't so protruding. He's more like a frog. Yeah. Poor Buscemi. He was so good in Boardwalk Empire.
I love Steve Buscemi. I'm just saying.
I love Steve Buscemi. I'm always down for Buscemi, but this was a disappointment.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
He needs more of a starring role. You got to really sink your teeth in because he's amazing. Reservoir Dogs? Come on, brother.
You were the Reservoir Dog at that point. You played the Buscemi role. Interesting.
That's right. Or the Buscemi.
I call him Buscemi. Like sashimi. Anyway. Sweet Jesus.
I found it particularly irritating with the terrible Ben Affleck scene leaving on a jet plane.
Oh, God.
You get to bring the girlfriend out to the launch pad where everybody's wrapped in plastic except for them climbing around on top of each other. I mean,
okay. Speaking as somebody who likes this movie, that is top 5 most cringy moments when he sings "Leaving on a Jet Plane," and then Buscemi and Michael Clark Duncan and the other dude start harmonizing the backup for "Leaving on a Jet." I almost left the room, and I was at home. It was upsetting.
It's this typical America man thing where we don't need to follow your rules. We don't need to listen to your science-y talk. We're man and we know what we're doing. Arr, arr, arr.
Correct.
It fucking drives me crazy. And people are like, yeah, brother.
You do it. I can't imagine. Ben Affleck's a little bit older than me. I can't imagine anybody who at that time, I think he was like 25 or some shit, just had the full lyrics for "Leaving on the Jet Plane" just chambered and ready to go. Where it's like people,
I don't fucking have all the songs.
Hell no.
All the words written down, but God, he's so stiff. And he and Liv Tyler have zero chemistry.
It's sad but true.
Zero.
Well, that whole subplot was added because of the success of Titanic. They're like, oh, Titanic was about a romance. We need to force feed some romance into this shit, basically. And that's where it came out of nowhere. So boom.
Oh my God. It's like they met 1 second before. No, there was nothing going on there.
You didn't
I
like
mean, she was emoting her little heart out, but it was like she was playing off of a blackboard.
No, it's true. It's a sad situation. I found it particularly egregious the makeout in the field next to the gas station that occurred the night before they take off for the
First of
asteroid belt.
all, that's not a thing. They wouldn't be allowed to just piss off right before a major mission. They'd be on lockdown on the base. There's no like peace.
Hey, Bruce Willis said, "I'm not asking. I'm telling." They need a night off.
Jesus.
Okay, and of course the guys get into a bar brawl and all shit goes down.
You want
and
them
arrested?
fucked up, hungover, and arrested. Absolutely.
100%. What's funny, I always think about this. There are two sets of 4 teams of the drillers, right? One team is led by Bruce and one team is led by Ben Affleck. And they all are these interesting characters, but there's one dude who barely gets any screen time. They call his name's like Noonan or something. Like he's from fucking Caddyshack. And he never gets any screen time. They never get like a whole lot of his reactions of stuff. It was just like, we can't even be bothered to come up with another character. He was just literally the 8th freaking drilling guy.
Dude.
Bizarre. It's a sad situation. It's a sad situation.
And of course they fuck it all up.
Yes.
Okay, they save the day at the last minute, I guess.
Right.
But they fucked it all up. Exactly what we thought. They're all fighting each other. They're being idiots. Yeah, because they have no discipline.
Well, no. I mean, and one of the shuttles like blows up, like doesn't even get there. And that was, it was good. All those people killed. Yeah, that was good stuff.
I mean, it was exciting at the very beginning when you see the people out in space and all of a sudden they're just killed, I guess.
They literally, the other shuttle literally hit somebody.
Pretty good. Yeah. I was like, oh dear, something's going on here. And then I was like, oh, then we meet the drilling crew and I was like, oh, these guys are a bunch of fucking dicks. Plus, I'm triggered because someone on 90 Day Fiance is on an offshore rig.
Oh, for reals?
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else about Armageddon?
The number one scam on online dating are guys who claim to be on offshore rigs, but in fact, they're sitting at their apartments in Nigeria.
Oh, for
Hundreds
reals?
of them.
Why would they claim to be on offshore rigs? What's the allure?
Well, I'm obviously not going to be available to date you right away. I'm not going to be able to FaceTime you when you want to FaceTime because of my work schedule. And it's not like I can drive over to your house.
Okay, so you're not talking about a dude says he's 6'2" when really he's 5'7". You're talking about this is like some scam-a-lama and send me money, I'm in Nigeria kind of shit.
Correct.
Okay.
Which the 6'2", yeah, there's probably more of that than the other.
Yes, the catfish.
Because I always see these people who look very European dressed, but they're said they're live in a town out in the desert with a population of 200 people. I'm like, are there a lot of Europeans in your town? Why, yes. Why do you ask? I'm like, because you're 200 miles from civilization. What a bunch of shit. Liar!
Liar!
I was like, they're in California in a town I've never heard of, and I've lived all over the state. I'm looking 200 miles west of Lone Pine. I'm like, yeah.
I live in Needles.
I live in Needles. And I live in Zizix, and I wear a scarf and a walking cane.
100%. Sweet Jesus. Shall we go behind the scenes?
I haven't finished. Let me see if I have some other notes.
Do your stuff.
I'll show you how we do that where I come from.
Another one of those. Ben Affleck says that right before shooting his Gatling gun, that the space shuttle has a Gatling gun attached to it for no goddamn reason. Yeah.
No
Where are you from?
Reason.
Fallujah?
And my final comment was, and I had to rent this, motherfucker.
Yeah, I own it.
Philo is a charge. My final comment was too long, too boring.
Okay,
Continue.
fair enough.
Behind the scenes, brother.
Look, I'm not gonna lie that towards the end it kind of runs out of steam. The third act is a little rough. I like the training montage in the middle. I like the training.
I'm like, this is a waste of time. Why are they training these fuckers for all of this? They just need to, like, underwater landing, all this stuff. No, come on. The world is coming to an end. You got like 8 of them up there.
We got all the time
It's
in the
fucking
world.
ridiculous.
I tell people I love 90s era Michael Bay. I love The Rock. I love Bad Boys, the original. I like Armageddon. When he starts doing all the Transformers movies, I'm out. I'm out. Too much.
More than meets the eye.
Transformers.
Really, once the Transformers stopped being animated, I was out.
I will tell you, I did like the first Transformers. But after that,
Is that the one with Bumblebee?
They're all with Bumblebee, by the way. God damn it. Let's go behind the scenes, shall we?
Let's go.
NASA shows this film during their management training program. New managers are given the task of trying to spot as many errors as possible. At least 168 have been found. Not the least of fire in space. That doesn't work. You're not getting a lot of fire in a vacuum. Wah, wah.
That's right.
Yeah, we talked about it. Ben Affleck said, wouldn't it be easier to train astronauts how to drill than training drillers how to be astronaut? Bay told Affleck to shut the fuck up. That was his response.
Don't question me, sir.
Because of the patriotic nature of the script and the success following Top Gun, they allowed basically Armageddon to have full run of all the NASA shit. Little did they know. Wah, wah. Bruce Willis has said that he did not care for Michael Bay's directing style and he refuses to work with him again. How about that?
Well, I don't think he's going to be working with him again.
No, it's a sad situation. When asked why he did this film, Steve Buscemi replied, I wanted a bigger house.
Boom! Tell it like it is, Stevie. That's what I'd be saying.
They talked about how originally there was supposed to be more of Billy Bob. Like there's supposed to be more interplay between Billy Bob and Bruce Willis. And they clipped all that
Not
shit.
really a big fan of Billy Bob.
What about Sling Blade? No?
Yeah.
Not so much?
That was what, 30 years ago? I saw him where he's the crazy air traffic controller movie. That was during his Angelina Jolie period.
I remember that one.
Yep.
Billy Bob Thornton has admitted to doing this film for the money and often jokes about acting in it. He has, however, called it not that bad.
He was fine. He just wasn't interesting. It's like literally anyone could have played that role. He's just like a coordinator.
It's true. It's true. Michael Bay thinks Armageddon is his worst film. I will apologize for Armageddon because we had to do the whole movie in 16 weeks. It was a massive undertaking. That was not fair to the movie. I would redo the entire third act if I could. How about that?
I mean, let's face it, Mr. Bay. I'm not sure that any of your movies are on any of my top lists.
Not on your jam?
Don't be coy.
I
think people love this movie. Too many people.
It was a huge hit.
Lowered my esteem of many of our family members by their comments.
It was a huge hit, and it actually won the battle of the two killer asteroid movies. How about that?
Yes, it did. It did. Super blockbuster.
Let's talk about the cast and crew, shall we? Director Michael Bay. You know him from such amazing things as Armageddon, Transformers Age of Extinction, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Transformers. God, these are all horrible. They're the worst.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you're gonna say, "Oh, Armageddon was the worst." My real pride are all the Transformer movies. Get the f out
that
of
is
here. Is
fucking
there any
ridiculous.
movie of his that I like?
Did you
No,
like The Rock?
there isn't.
The
Is
Rock
there?
was great.
I don't even remember seeing that.
Bruce Willis played Harry S. Stamper. You know him from such things as Die Hard in 1988, Pulp Fiction in 1994, The Sixth Sense in 1999.
I saw Pulp Fiction. I like The
and
Sixth Sense.
66 episodes of Moonlighting playing David Addison. How about that?
Never really watched that, but I will
started watching that.
say
It's on Hulu
he
now.
was amazing in The Sixth Sense,
basically
and he was
disappeared.
amazing in Pulp Fiction.
Billy Bob Thornton played Dan Truman. I'm just realizing that Bruce Willis's first name is Harry S. Stamper, and Billy Bob Thornton's character is Dan Truman. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This is some creative
Thanks,
shit.
Michael Bay.
You know
America!
America. You know him from Sling Blade in 1996, A Simple Plan in 1998.
Okay, A Simple Plan is good.
That is good. The Man Who Wasn't
Everything
There
goes wrong.
in
God, I hated that.
2001.
That's why I was going to all these Coen fucking movies, and I saw The Man Who Wasn't There. And you know what? I wish this gal wasn't there.
I can't say I disagree. And he was in something called Bandits in 2001.
Unfamiliar.
I like him because if you go back far enough, he was in Tombstone. He was like a working actor who was kind of fun to see in the background.
Right.
He was in, if you're paying attention,
He broke
was
out
in,
with Sling Blade.
Sling Blade really put him on the map. But if you go back and watch the Steven Seagal classic On Deadly Ground, he's one of the mercenaries
Jesus.
trying to kill Seagal. It's good stuff. Ben Affleck played AJ Frost. You know him from such things as
He was
Argo,
frosting my hide.
Gone Girl,
I saw Argo.
The Town, Good Will
I saw
Hunting,
that.
and other
Never
things.
saw Good Will Hunting, and now I never will.
Liv Tyler played Grace Stamper. You know her from such things as Armageddon is #1 with a bullet. Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Rings, and The Strangers, among other things.
Yes.
I'm just going to keep going down the list. Will Patton played Chick, who was kind of Bruce Willis's right-hand man, who didn't have much of a backstory. I guess we're supposed to think he's a gambler and a deadbeat father, because he shows up and is like,
right.
Hey, his child... I guess his ex-wife or somebody he met on the road was like, as far as my child is concerned, you're just a salesman. You're not his father until you go up and become.
And then all of a sudden, how did she figure out he was the one in space? That's your daddy. I don't know. But I have seen him in other stuff. So what other stuff?
He was in The Postman in 1997. He was
Postino?
Not Il Postino. This is the Kevin Costner post-apocalyptic movie.
Yeah.
I remember him from No Way Out in 1987 with Kevin Costner once again.
I did see No Way Out, but I prefer
movie.
the original.
No Way Out. He was in Armageddon, and he was in the Mothman Prophecies, which I have to say I found a little scary. So maybe we should add that to the list.
I believe I did also see that, and that was a little bit scary.
Add it to the list. Let's see. Steve Buscemi played Rockhound. You know him from such things as Fargo in 1996.
Yep.
Ghost World in 2001. He played Mr. Pink in Reservoir Dogs in 1992.
That's right. The Russian guy is feeding Buscemi into the wood chipper.
The wood chipper!
At the end of the movie.
And they're both in this movie.
Yes.
And he played Nikita Khrushchev in The Death of Stalin in 2017. How about that?
All right.
He's out doing all sorts of shit. I'm just going to keep going. Owen Wilson played Oscar. You know him from such
Owen
things as...
Wilson is enjoyable, but is not a strong actor. You just like him.
I like, in fact, I like him better than his brother Luke, who's more handsome, but is really a poor actor.
And
if I'm gonna
both
be
of
honest.
them are in the Royal Tenenbaums.
They are. Speaking of the Royal Tenenbaums, in 2001,
Yeah.
he played Eli Cash in the Royal Tenenbaums, which
Yep.
might be my favorite Wes Anderson film, if I'm being honest. How about that?
Oh, it's my favorite Wes Anderson, for sure.
He was also in Bottle Rocket, yet another Wes Anderson film.
Yes.
He was in Wedding Crashers in 2005. And he was in...
That was a little bit sad.
Yeah. And he was in the abominable Starsky and Hutch movie in 2004.
Pass.
Where he played
Good
Ken
Lord.
Hutchison, or Hutch.
They're just digging up TV and throwing it against the wall.
Sweet
Yeah.
Jesus. Peter Stormare played Lev Andropov, the Russian cosmonaut who joins them and goes on adventures
Who we
with them.
love. He is all things and all people in every movie. He does it all, and it's always the best movies he's in.
He's great.
Except this time.
He was Ger Grimsrud in 1996's Fargo. He was in The Brothers Grimm in 2005, something called The Dancer in the Dark in 2000, and he played Satan in 2005's Constantine. Yet another reason.
I love Constantine, and he did a great job.
Keith David is in this thing. I'm doing Keith David. He played General Kimsey.
Yes.
You know him from The Princess and the Frog, the Disney movie.
Never
in
saw
2009. They Live in 1988. Armageddon
Classic.
1998. And The Thing in 1982. Boom. Love Keith David. I think that's about it. We've gone through the entire cast. Let's look
Close
at
enough.
the rating, shall we? Armageddon currently has on Rotten Tomatoes 43% rotten.
Thank God, I'm vindicated. Oh,
Do
Jesus
you know what the
Christ.
audience gave it?
98.
73. 73. Yeah, it was a perfect 100. Let's look at the top critics. Gene Siskel from the Chicago Tribune says, "We're talking nonstop action and noise. That doesn't make it a bad movie. Rather, the audaciousness of the way it has been put together eventually becomes amusing." How about that?
Jesus. How about that?
How about
Audacious is right. Spending that much money. You could have fed a third world country.
that? An entire third world country for a year or two, perhaps.
Yes.
Let's see. Anybody else I want to know about? I'm just going to pick somebody. Peter Rayner of the New York Times says, "Bay's movies are trailers for themselves. Every scene is all climax and no foreplay. When it's all over, you can't remember if you've been watching a movie or just a jumbo-sized coming attraction." How about that?
It is with the fast cuts. I think I've seen the whole movie.
Peter Travers from the Rolling Stone says, "I hate Armageddon for what it is. The unholy spawn of the Dirty Dozen and Con Air." How about that?
Boom.
Sounds good to me. I don't know what you're complaining.
Suddenly, Peter Travers has balls. All right, brother. Most of the time, his incoherent ramblings drive me crazy.
Roger Ebert from the Chicago Sun-Times says, 1 out of 4. The movie is an assault on the eyes, the ears, the brain, common sense, and the human desire to be entertained.
Yes! Oh,
I don't agree with that.
excellent.
That seems like overkill. Sweet Jesus. Now, that being said, I'd like to turn it over to our in-house movie critic, AI
Let's
Rex
go.
Reed, and see what he has to
Come
say.
on, sexy Rexy, what you got?
Armageddon is 2.5 hours of slow-motion flag-waving and asteroid-sized bombast where Bruce Willis saves the planet with a drill, a tear, and a script that mistakes volume for virtue.
I can't say that I disagree.
I can say I disagree. How about that? What is your rating, Aaron?
Oh, Jesus Christ. It is exactly what you think it is. I'm going to give it a 3, not because I like it, not because I hate it, just because I'm already bored talking about it. So I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 or 3 out of a million. It doesn't matter. I'm never going to watch this again. It is not a good movie. It hired some good actors mixed in with mediocre actors,
Okay.
but it's just one long car race. That's all it is.
Okay.
Just one
It's
long
yada,
car
yada.
race. It's
Doesn't
yada,
sound like
yada.
a three, if I'm being honest. Is it a 3 out of a million? Is it 3 out of 5? Is it 3 out of 3? Who knows what it all means?
Yeah, I'll tell you what it's not. It is definitely not 3 out of 3. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It is of its time.
Okay. I enjoy this movie. I think it's a lot of fun. That doesn't mean I think it's the best movie the world has ever seen. This is not a 5-star review. I'm going to give it a hair under a 4. I'm going to give it 3.75 out of 5. 3.75 out of 3.75.
I think that's the number of times I picked up my phone to look at Punch the Monkey in the middle of this movie.
Punch the monkey tonight. No, I think it's fun. I think the kind of gathering the crazy oil workers or whatever the hell they are and their fun personalities, I found it amusing. You
know what I think is amusing would be the Expendables, where you gather a crowd of amusing people to do some amusing things. That movie was enjoyable.
I disagree. I hated the Expendables. How about that? I hated it.
I own the Expendables.
That and Peter Dinklage as Cyrano de Bergerac are the two things you own. Elizabeth, God. I'm coming to join you.
Fuck you, Jeff Bezos. You robbed me.
Doing it wrong. No, I think
if I see Peter Dinklage walking down the street in New York, I'm going to kick him over.
That doesn't sound nice. He's trying to work. He's trying to do his thing. How dare you start kicking people?
Work better. Do better.
No, The Expendables should have been a movie for me. And I did not care for it. I found it boring and stupid. How about that?
I even watch Expendables too.
Now make no mistake, I've seen 1, 2, and 3. Looking for some glimmer.
3 was a bridge too far.
They just did the Expendables 4 like a couple of years ago with Jason Statham and Megan Fox. No, I did not see that one. Now. Right. It's like watching those Sharknado movies. Eventually you're just like, oh yeah, these all suck. Why do I keep watching them? It's the same thing with the Expendables.
Number 1, that's all you need.
That's all.
Now, again, I know I've already talked about this, but the John Wick, the first one sucks. The rest are amazing.
You cannot be more wrong.
You cannot be more wrong. Everyone argues with me. I could care less about the dog thing. I like the other ones much better.
I think the first one's the best. I think the second one's lousy. I think the third one's mediocre. And I think the fourth one is actually pretty good. I think the fourth one kind of...
Which one's the fourth one? Is that
I don't know. They're all trying to kill him again.
John Wick Ballerina, and I didn't go see it because I didn't understand. Is it John Wick or is this a spinoff?
It's a spinoff. John Wick appears in it, but it's about another assassin in that same world, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed Ballerina.
No.
So,
and I love the John Wick world. I like the hotel. I like all that. I want to know more of that world. I don't give a shit about Ballerina.
Do you want to know more about the world of Armageddon? Is my question to you.
I want to know less about the world of Armageddon. Is that an option?
No, I'm sad to say it is not. So, thank you very much. We are all over social media. We're on Blue Sky, Threads. We're on
I am not
TikTok.
on Blue Sky.
We're on We're on Instagram. You can also watch us on YouTube if that is your jammy jam. Feel free
All
to
right.
email us at the podcast that wouldn't die at Gmail.
Gmail.
We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere the finer podcasts are available. So don't forget to like, share, rate, and review, won't you?
Won't you please?
Aaron, what is your social media situation?
Well, I run our Ticker Talk and spend most of my time blocking Kevin's students. Then I am on Instagram. I am the Cult of Aaron. Join the cult. And I have art for sale on Artsy and First Dibs. Boom.
Boom, boom, boom. As you know, we like to include our friends and family's thoughts and feelings across the social media landscape. Aaron, what are the streets saying?
Boom. The streets are saying my iCloud is full, and they keep telling me that. It makes me angry inside myself.
I understand.
All right, so on the gram, mixed movie reviews. Holy hell, I must have watched this 100 times easily. It was one of the first DVDs I purchased when I got my first DVD player back in the 90s. I watched it then, and I watched it tonight. If I watch it tonight, I'd still cry. It breaks my heart every time. Word Warrior. And this is replying to X the man with the X-ray eyes. And he posted an emoji with someone crying liquid from his eyes. I don't see a remake in the future.
I agree, sadly.
In regard to Videodrome, Leo KP4 said great movie. And now we're back to the Il Familia. This is TikTok, sorry. Richard Roberts wanted to know if said it was an awesome movie. I cry every single time I watch it. Harry, it was my job.
Oh Jesus!
Never mix pure white snow. Never mix pure white snow with dirt. Says you will cry because I said, "Well, I like it." And Hamster Orc 71 said it was a very good movie.
I love you, Harry.
I'm trying to find the family had said something. Oh, here we go. Our cousin Heather says, I love it. It's funny and romantic.
Indeed.
My friend Julia said, I didn't hate it.
That's something.
And one of my friends, Denise Tidwell, I liked it. Loved the song with Aerosmith. And my sister Tara gave it a thumbs up.
See? Can the whole world be wrong? Or is it just you, Aaron? I think that's
I'm more with my friend Julia, I think.
Who said
the
I
whole
didn't
world
hate
can
it?
Be wrong. I didn't hate it. I love that's the best she could say.
Fair. Sweet Jesus. Next week, we're going back to a favorite genre of
Back
mine.
to the Future?
Zombies. We're doing Dead Snow from Norway, who won all the gold medals, evidently. Dead Snow, 8 medical students on a ski trip.
People.
They are. On a ski trip to Norway, discover that Hitler's horrors live on when they come face to face with a battalion of zombie Nazi soldiers. How about that?
Wait a minute. Did you say this is a Finnish or Norwegian company?
Norwegian.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Well,
just went to Norway.
Yeah,
I didn't see any Nazis. Well,
you don't know. They don't know.
Wasn't that a problem with the Ace of Base? But they're Swedish.
Well, see, there's Nazis everywhere. I'm sad to say. How can you watch it? Well, if you got AMC Plus, you can watch it for free.
No,
it's also on Canopy. It's on Sundance Now. It's on Philo. It's on Plex for free. How about that?
All right. Plex, give me something for free. Philo is not free. If you want to watch a movie, then you have to subscribe.
Otherwise, you got to pay $3.99 on Prime Video for Don't
You
snore.
bastards, Jeff Bezos.
Still pulling whammies.
Sons of bitches.
So,
Bumpuses.
those bumpers. So, send any favorite scenes, favorite quotes, comments, and questions, and we may talk about it on the show. So, thank you very much, and be well.
Be well.